Welcome to the third episode of the most interesting podcast. I'm your host, Zishan Mahmood, and I just showered. Swear to God, no lie. I don't know why I do that. What's that? Is this some kind of ritual where you lick your, as if you're testing cocaine or something? It's some kind of Christian ritual or something, and you do that. I don't know why you. And I don't even know. I don't even understand the need for that context to that regarding why you took shower. It's like, I swear to Christ. Oh, I see the connection now. Anyway, yeah, I took shower. I mean, I know you cannot tell. Dressed up. Usually, I'm in my lumberjack T-shirt from my stint at Nebraska Agriculture Institute. So I dressed up. I mean, yeah. And I probably my teeth is still yellow. Hey, close enough. What can you do? That's the thing I was thinking in the shower, because in the shower you get all these philosophical ideas. I used to have this encyclopedia, not encyclopedia. Yeah, it was probably the volume 1 of the directory of all the bacteria. So usually you can have a super clean towel, but if it's not dried and warmed up, especially in damp weather like this, it can't. It may not smell anything, but the moment you rub it against your skin and you just took a shower, and it ruins the whole fucking shower. It's like because when you rub it, that's when the bacteria, I guess, transfers from the shower from the towel to the skin, and then your skin smells. It has happened to a lot of times. So like, because you cannot wash you can dry. Well, you can dry your towel, but like not in the sun. Like it has to be in the. What if it's cloudy or like? So what if the towel stays in the? This is why it's best not to leave the towel in the restroom for too long. But it's a hassle. It's one of those like occupational hazards of taking shower. And I take shower like 3-4 times a day. It relaxes me. Not for like 3 hours, but just like 20-minute shower, like a 5-minute cold shower or like that. But I constantly have to refresh myself. It's like I'm like a dying. I'm like a computer that hangs up all the time. I have to refresh it continuously, lest it. I don't know why I just said that. So yeah, the bacteria, and they're like probably, I don't know. I don't even know how many millions of species of bacteria are there. Like, it's a eukaryote or prokaryote, protista? It's from protista, right? One cellular. It's unicellular organism. I don't know. Where are all my bacteriologists at? Where are all my 213 bacteriologists at? Where are the lurking, all the fringe bacteriologists in the crowd? Smoking hash and doing Valium and shooting up and then studying, poring over their, what are some bacteria names? There's this bacteria, Lacciphilus or something, the yogurt, Lacciphilus, Lachy means what? Lactoid, milk, philus. That's one. There's Palforia. Yeah, but anyways, so I'm getting into this whole witchcraft, not witchcraft. Fuck that witchcraft. Like this witches brew, the witches seeds like mandrake, Henbane, and Datura. Like I've been listening to all the Datura trip stories. It's a horror. It's a drug from hell, man. It's not even a drug. It's just poison, straight up Satan's poison. I never did it. I don't recommend any. And I'll put a strong disclaimer on this. In this video, probably age restricted too, but this is not shit you want to do. This is straight up it'll fuck you up. It's like people has been known to gone off the deep end and lost their mind. Like it's straight up. It'll take you in a frenzy and like you'll have insanity for the rest of your life. I know some people will argue and say it's a medicine, but to be on the safe side, fucking kids, children, adults, everyone, aliens, avoid this shit. So after having that strong disclaimer gone out of the way, I have to. Why am I stuttering? So my first one was so much better. I was so liberated. I've been listening to a lot of Duncan Trussell and Usama Siddiqui podcasts, and that just liberated me. I wanted to be confident, and like if this podcast, that's the flavor I'm trying to bring here. Like Bangladeshi guy, that's Usama. Philosophy on LSD, Duncan Trussell, a little bit of Joe Rogan vibe, and a nerd vibe, and awkward office vibe. I don't even know what I'm saying. I'm just full of myself, man. But yeah, why I'm so shaken up today? Is it because I became self-aware, and then, but I don't know. I seem to be. Oh, I don't remember. I know why. Because the first time, I think the first one I did, I was blown, kind of a little blown, and maybe that's why it relaxed me. But then the voice, the timbre. I've been waiting my whole life to use this word for this purpose. My timbre went down. What's the difference between what's the relationship between timber and timber, like with RE and ER? I'm sure because people the nuts at the grammar Nazi people say anal and online the keyboard. This is timber. It's not timber. It's loose, not loose. But what they don't realize is asshole. Language is so much in flux, like color, cooler, killer. You to look up Oxford Dictionary, the color, I guess. I'm sure it will have like 10,000 different variations of spelling, because that's how it evolved from Old English, Old Frankish, Old Gothic, or whatever the fuck the language it belonged to, like fucking Nordic and like fucking from Ithil or Ifilherd or Ilfric or like fucking Greek or like. It had so many. It swam through so many transitions and evolutions, iterations, and it's like one giant a telephone call or whatever you call that. What was that game called? Phone call or telephone, where one word becomes different. You might say bazooka, and people hear is like fucking, and it transforms into Samsung. I was laughing at it for some different reason, but anyway, that was so funny. Is the word bazooka just came to me in my mind out of nowhere. I'm thinking of titties, you fuckheads, you dumb fuckheads. No, it's just G.I. Joe, yeah. And I'm trying to cover up the Freudian slip right now. No. I don't even like the term for whatever. I don't even like that term bazooka, because bazooka is like, it's a missile. It's for a phallic symbol. That's okay, but it doesn't. I mean, anyway, knockers or whatever. Like, I'm not into slangs. Like, if I can just say it straight up. Like, I'm not into. I don't find this slangs titillating. It's like, yeah, like, yeah. Just call it penis. Call spade a spade. I mean, you don't have to say, I've been training my monkey to like fucking climb the. Fucking just shut the fuck up, dude. My Clydesdale horses. What the fuck? My Clydesdale horses was running mayhem in delirium tremens. Oh, that's a bar. Those are bars right now. Yeah, it's difficult to do. Try doing it, man. It's like you have to. It's almost like trying to do a stand up for 1 hour. And no one is listening, and every line is bombing, and it's like this is a podcast from hell right here, and you're stuttering and stumbling over it because I don't know why, because I'm just trying to make excuse for the shitty podcast. Welcome to the least professional podcast in the world. I'm your host Zishan Mahmood, and the podcast just started. That was a warm up. I just gave you a little taste. This scintilla flavor. This little fortune cookie in the beginning. I don't know why it's in the beginning, and then the message just read, "You suck, you'll die today, your lucky numbers are," write it down, 2, 13, 15, 23, 88, wait, how many, it's like combination lock, and the combination lock, there are 3, so this one has 5 sets of 5 or 6, Powerball lotto number, I don't know, I'm not I'm not an avid gambler. Yeah, I don't know what else to talk about. So I've been delving into all those witches seeds, mandrake and Datura. Yes, I never began the topic. The Datura is a fucking. It's like, as one guy wrote in the comment, it's like this is what everything that everyone imagines a psychedelic trip to be who hasn't tried psychedelics, because people in Datura would, one moment they'll be like, singing song, and they have no recollection of it whatsoever, singing song. And the next moment they wake up, and they're in the middle of a fucking, just like the Limitless movie. They're in the middle of a fucking swimming pool, all naked. I mean, shit, yeah. And then the next moment is, I guess there's this time, because it's an anti-cholinergic drug. basically it fucks with your time space, like sensorial perception. I know, I'm just, so yeah, it confuses you. You have no idea of space time, where you are. Not space, but probably time. I know, yeah, probably a space thing. I know there's this, I don't know if it's basal ganglia or whatever, but it affects certain portion of your brain where it has to deal with space and time. And basal ganglia has to do with temperature, I think, but it's probably I think the temporal lobe. I don't know. Don't quote me on this. Don't quote me on this when you're getting arrested for like flashing in your neighbor for crime charges. I mean, yeah, like Zishan said it. It only messes up your yeah, Your Honor. Basically, I was told that it only messes up your basal ganglia and the temperature. Anyway, so and you have no, and there's this time jumps, I guess. What do you call those? And yeah, you get. Terence McKenna's one was he was sitting on in his room in Nepal. And he said he did a lot of times in Nepal, and that he saw ghosts or like ghostly figures coming, giving him and newspapers falling over on his lap, and he's trying to read it, and he's like, this doesn't start. Meanwhile, it started, and that he found himself tangled up in a knot and unfolding himself, like, I don't know. Yeah, it's bizarre, and you don't know. I wonder what kind of neurotransmitter it hits. But yeah, like I'm more fascinated in the ethnobotanical, like the ethnological origin of it. Like I think Tuapes, it's Datura called Tuapes. It was Tuepas in Mexican, and there has all these origins, like Shiva, it was given to Shiva or something, or like there's the Tehutel or Nahuatl origin, Mexican origin, and so many. Yeah, I'm more fascinated with the cultural origins, and even the modern ones. The stories each, yeah, I mean, against it's a big no, but the stories are kind of like, it's weird. It's like, it is just like weird movies. It's like one of those. It's like the movie Weekend, I guess, almost by that guy. What's his name? The French author, French filmmaker. I just found out about him, and it's one of the best movies I watched this year. Not best, like it's one of the weirdest movies. This and Chinese, and then the what is that called? Shaolin Soccer. There was another one related to Shaolin Soccer. Is I think God of Cooking, God of Knives, or Cooking, God of Cooking, is the same guy who directed it. But yeah, these are the two bizarre movies I watched this year. Was it this year or last year? I can't even. Yeah, as if I'm tripping on Datura right now. But yeah, one of the best ways to get off weed is to accept that when you stop weed, you're gonna have a trip. Most people is afraid to stop because they have the cravings, but think of it as having a bad high, and that way the you get off the weed easily because you think like, or else weed can like enshackle you, I guess. Yeah. So yeah, that's and then I was looking at another documentary on it's from Real Stories. It has a lot of subscribers, 6 million. It's called Henbane, I think, and it's witches. It had to do with witchcraft. So that makes sense though. When you hear about the lores of witchcraft, medieval England, yeah, if you're fucking shitting, fucking tripping on fucking all this shitty drug, obviously you'll see like fucking orgies and like. And I'm not into witchcraft. There was this phase where into this David Blaine-esque type of black magic and shit. I don't want to. No, that's just not me. I was trying to fit a round peg into square hole. That's not into me. I'm not into creepy stuff. I'm not into horror movies. I'm not into those kind of stuff. Which I was like in college. I was thinking about it earlier before I was. Believe it or not, I do think about what I'm gonna say on this podcast. Yeah, I was in the college at English class. People were saying, "Oh, yes, imagine we are into diversity. Imagine if there is a Satanist. How would anyone react? Sitting here, how would anyone react? Would anyone feel uncomfortable?" And I raised my hand, and everyone was like, "Whoa!" And this woke fucking Gen Z kid, whoa, and they were like, and I was like, that was like, it's like a real life Twitter mob, fucking. But I mean, hey, it's like, yeah, it's like the right to be open minded, but you're not open minded about me not being comfortable with it, and here you are preaching about being open minded. Fuck you. So anyways, and that's why I'm not into fucking blood dripping your body, Mariana Abramovich shit and all this witchcraft drinking. But that's disgusting, bro. Fucking laceration. That's not creepy. That's not interesting. Yeah, growing up I was in Satyajit Ray. I was not into Humayun Ahmed's Misir Ali. Humayun Ahmed was this Bangladesh author. But Satyajit Ray, those are different. Those are like strange supernatural stories, kind of like Twilight Zone. Wow, I'm speaking so fast today because of the coffee. I had 2 cups of coffee this morning. Yeah, Satyajit Ray, those are like supernatural, like sort of outer limits kind of things. Like those are different. But this spooky, this gore and this fucking, I'm not into those shits. So anyway, but still I was looking at the videos about Henbane, and yeah, it totally makes sense why, if you're tripping on Henbane or mandrake or whatever, or the nightshade family, plants of the nightshade family, witch's trumpet or whatever, devil's trumpet, it totally makes sense. You'd see all these visions, this Dante's Inferno life of allegorical visions, like fucking, those painting, medieval painting, like who are those? Not Bruegel. What's that guy's name? Is it Bruegel? Bruegel the Elder? Or Hieronymus Bosch. Yeah, like those kind of paintings, it only makes sense. And I wonder if even Shakespeare, like some say Shakespeare tried weed, but I wonder if Shakespeare tried any of this brew and has some visionary, or like he could be like a simpleton with his basic grasp of English, or like probably someone who went through a library and he did one of these drugs and then he had massive neuroplasticity and neurogenesis, and he started. Yeah, I think that should be our title. Was Shakespeare on drugs? Yeah. So anyway, yeah. So that's kind of interesting. Like I might research further into it. Like the witches, like all these herbal plants that has to do with witchcraft, because Shakespeare had a vast knowledge of all this. Well, I wouldn't say vast knowledge, but like he inserted all these illusions in his thing. Like he talked about, I don't know if he talked about belladonna, but I wanted to, if I were to ever write a dissertation on Shakespeare paper, here's a good dissertation topic: all the witchcraft herbs in Macbeth, or like in all Shakespeare's play. Like, because he had a good knowledge of herbalism. Not much has been written on herbal. I actually looked it up because when I was reading Macbeth, I was under the delusion. Speaking of delusion, I was under the delusion I was gonna memorize the whole of Macbeth, and it never happened. But I was reading like minutely, like I was doing like all the annotations, because that's fun, especially the Folgers editions. The annotations are really cool, and it's very simple and very, like, it doesn't have clutter, too much pedantic clutter. And yeah, the annotations are really cool, like, and even online too, the MIT library. I don't know if MIT has annotations, probably the other ones. But the point being, and all this, because I consider myself to have a superior vocabulary, but you go to Vato, oh gee, Shakespeare, man, fucking every word is like he is a curveball, bro. It's like he knocks you out, for you don't even see it coming, and knocks the lights out of your head. Like cur, C-U-R, I think it's a dog. I think C-U-R or R, C-U-R-R, but anyways, that's a dog, I think. No, C-U-R, yeah, it's a dog. And you see all these weird words, and it's so beautiful. Shakespeare basically also said, like temple haunting larks, or like birds, or whatever. That's creative. I mean, he took two simple sentences, temple and haunting, and he evoked this haunting imagery of this. And I love that, and that's like, people say, like, people might criticize that's like, oh, this guy doesn't know how to write boring like Stephen King. Fuck the writing like that. I mean, like, that's how I express myself. And here, I don't think I ever saw before I even, I'm in South Africa, I think I did, the real original text of Shakespeare. But the point being, it's like, yeah, language, it's meant to evoke expressions and all colors in full displays. Like, imagine you go to an art studio and this, oh, you must paint like this, blah, and that's exactly eventually what happened to the artist. They said, fuck you. And you spawn guys like Marcel Duchamp, who said fuck you to such an extent, to the entire extreme. He said he even brought a fucking urinal and slammed it down on the fucking table. He didn't do it, but I'm just saying he might have done it, or he might have fantasized about doing it. But that's basically the point. Like, fuck you. Who are you to tell me how I'm gonna write, and how should I write, and how should I speak, and how should I talk, and how should I draw, and how should I fucking... I'm not trying to fucking SEO and my way out of this to, like, appease the YouTube algorithms or Amazon crowd. Fuck them. Wow. I had so much in me that I need to get out about that. And it all got triggered by Shakespeare. So yeah. So the point being, well, I don't even know what the original thread was. It's like sub-thread topic is topic. So yeah, like Shakespeare, yeah, he might have done all this, cause these are real fucking mind fuck crazy drugs that, like, once you, I mean, some, I guess, once you take them you never come back. So yeah, like, and also fly agaric mushrooms, like those, I guess, cause Terence McKenna, I think, I talked about it, and after Paul Stamets, I think, on Joe Rogan also talked about his trip with, cause you get all these time loops and like paradoxes and whatever. Like, you turn on the radio, come back and say, I think I just turned on the radio. I'm gonna turn it off, and you turn it on, and you turn it off and turn it on, or like you turn it on and on and on. It's like, that's crazy. It's almost like reality is like fractal. It's like mathematical instructor. Sometimes you get fractals. Sometimes you get like two more sequence. You know, the two more sequence, or like, yeah, like Thomson's lamp and like hypergame paradox, or like, yeah, it's almost a reality. It's like almost like reality. You see this, and something might cause glitch in the matrix, and then it's like almost everything's information. It's like mathematically construed, but then you go into perturbation theory and like fucking Feigenbaum constant and whatnot, and chaos theory and whatnot. It's like, to what extent is it computable? It's like everything computable, or like if you try to compute too much, like Turing's uncomputable theorem. I don't even know what that means. I'm just throwing it out there. Or the Church-Turing thesis, or Kolmogorov complexity. Like, yeah, like at what point it's like little iterations make, like, it's like you keep rounding up. It's like at what point it becomes a totally different number. It's like it's like someone writes down 0.99998 and they round it up to 9, but if you look back you say, oh, it was like 0.99999, it was probably 0.98 or whatever, completely different. And that little difference, and if it was a temperature or like a measurement of something else, probably caused the rocket to fucking blow up in disaster. Who knows? See, it's just like the classic cartoon where you divide by 0, and like in the Futurama or like in Simpson whatever, and the whole building explodes. I mean, yeah, who knows? But what I'm trying to say is, like, I don't even know what I'm trying to say. It's, my mind is like so all over the place. The coffee, wow, it's like taking, I don't know. I guess maybe so garrulous. So yeah, that's what it has been in my mind lately. Which is like those. That's fascinating. This, like, some people who studies those things, like witchcraft and plants, and witches seeds, I guess. Morning glory. That's another one. Yeah, might have to, but I haven't even said anything to like age restricted. But I might have to. I don't know. I already get no views, and that even. But if it helps, I might. But I don't. But I haven't said anything. On the flip side, I actually am telling people don't fucking, because kids, the more you tell them not to do something, they want to do it. And I don't know. I don't even know if it's illegal, the Datura and all those things. Syrian Rue is another one. Syrian Rue. What the hell is that? I keep seeing it in Airway a lot. Syrian Rue. I don't know what that is. Is it Morning Glory seeds or no? I don't know. Yeah, all these are not. These are, if worse comes to worse, just stick to weed, bro. Just don't. Then again, that's not good advice to like tweens, and yeah, I don't know. I expect teenagers to watch my podcast, listen to my podcast, but yeah, just don't even do that. Just water, man. Because everything you have to pay the price. There's no free lunch in the universe. Like, I mean, even coffee, yeah, or like sugar, like, yeah. Best is not to breathe. just somehow go through your life, not looking either way, with your heads down, not making eye contact with anyone, not asking any questions, not ruffling feathers, just office clerk. Yeah, that's the best. That people don't realize, and people think I'm mocking them or being facetious. Is it facetious? Being facetious. Focaccia. What is focaccia? This is the bread. Is that a bread? Anyways, and then this fuchsia, there is this. Anyway, so people think I'm making fun of that, but yeah, that's the best way to live. The simple life, the Einzelgänger fucking lifestyle philosophy. Just simple life, just minimal, simplistic, and sometimes a little Spartan and stoic. You good to go, bro. You don't need to fucking climb Everest to Like, I mean, yeah, you can be David Goggins, but hey, at the end of the, but I don't want to be like fucking 50 or like 50, 45 and like 50 and already like have a, you know, brittle body. Rather be slow and rather go slow and steady. And not to knock him or anything. I'm just saying, cause hype always dies down, bro. Like, I once wrote this victim mentality letter to this Navy SEAL guy who shall remain unnamed, and he said that, and he kind of gave me that, hey, you're a nerd, you're this victim weak guy. Better you are a reed. An oak tree, thunder strikes and an oak tree crumbles, but the mighty, and the soul reed. I don't know what he said that. Soul reed or whatever. I don't even know. I'm fucking up the metaphor and the metaphor. And the reed marches on. That's what he said. But the point being, like, if you're no one, if you're this, yeah, try to be the gray man, and don't even try to be the no one either. Don't try to be the no one either or someone just in the middle. Like, just be yourself. Normal life is superpower. Normal life, like, there was this guy I was listening to. He would agree. He had 4 or 5 near-death experiences. Tamura, some Japanese guy, Michael Tamura, I think. And what a brilliant guy. He's laughing all the time. But I think he is also a little bit into woohoo probably. But he's a brilliant guy. He had a brilliant soul, and when you listen to him, he's always smiling. But yeah, he's a normal guy, and there's so many normal people walking around who has unimaginable, unbelievable experiences, near-death experiences, who like meets angels and stuff. And yeah, this is some are real true stories. I mean, like, because near-death experiences have been even a lot of documented cases, like the Ebenezer guy, not Ebenezer, not Scrooge, but yeah, the Robert or Michael Ebenezer or whatever. Eben Alexander. Yeah, that's how my mind. You just saw a real life demonstration of my powers. Eben Alexander. That's from Ebenezer Scrooge. That's how I did. That's how I arrived at the name. You saw the stream of consciousness, the connecting of dots of different notions. No, I'm just kidding. So yeah, the NDEs are a lot of people who had tremendous. Even me, like when I had my gene experience when I was young. Those are scary. To this date, I don't know if the seance was real or fake. Who knows? There are really spooky things happen. Even just the other day, I don't want to talk about it because to me it's a special memory, but I might. I don't know. But yeah, synchronicities happen. People, you see angel numbers, the divination from the dreams or whatever. Shit's out there. The shit's real. Yeah, you might think it's just schizo talk, like, you know. But it's like how prone to be open-minded you are. Like as Joseph Dunninger said, the magician, those who believe no explanation is necessary, and those who don't, none will suffice. But you don't want to go too much into down the rabbit hole of ghosts and spirits and dark spirits, because then you'll open that door and you can close it. It's like once the Pandora's box is open, and there's like another, and it's almost like real. It's like life is a video game. How many doors you want to open, and do you really want to open all these doors? Probably some doors and certain doors is better they remain unopened, closed. Better they remain closed. I know why I rewarded myself and I repeated the same sentence in a different. That's my strategy to make it. This is like a filibuster. This is like the Senator Smith goes to Washington type of filibuster, man. That's my strategy to make a podcast. Just push myself, go on camera and say as much bullshit as you can. Just speak up as many decibels of word you can in a minute. No. So I think we'll wrap it up. Probably it's been 20 minutes or 36 minutes. I don't know. But yeah. Whoa. Alright, peace. I don't know why I flipped you guys off. Peace. No, that's peace. You gotta do it. Some people go, peace. No, you gotta do it with a conviction. Peace, brother. Peace, brother.